Somebody killed your mother.
Yeah, please help me. Please help me.
Where are you? What's the address? What?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Does she need an ambulance?
I don't know. I'm scared. Please, somebody, please send an ambulance. Yes.
Hold
please.
on. I'll stay on the line. Don't hang up.
Where are you? What's going on?
I don't know. Like she been shot. Can you please send an ambulance, please?
What happened?
I don't know. She's on the floor and I see blood coming from her head.
Is she breathing?
I don't know. I didn't even touch her. I just ran out the house.
Do you know what happened? Did she fall?
No, I just got home from work and it's a bullet hole in our front door.
Is a bullet hole in your front door?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 57 years old. Please help my mama.
All right. Are you guys in the house?
Yes. Please just send the ambulance.
All right. We're on our way.
Where's my brother at? What happened? Go to the house. Someone, my mama, and I don't know what she's in the house on the floor, and it's a gunshot looks like the door. I went in there because I went in the house with my mom, and she on the floor. I ain't touched her. I ain't did nothing. All I could do was run. I don't know what Juliet is or nothing, and I'm here by myself.
On October 24th, 2008, at 7019 South Yale in Chicago, Illinois, the bodies of Darnell Donaldson and Jason Hudson, the mother and brother of Jennifer Hudson, were found dead inside of their home. Missing from the home was 7-year-old Julian King, Hudson's nephew. An Amber Alert was put into effect. 3 days later, Julian was found dead inside of an SUV that was parked on the west side of Chicago. A 45mm gun was found near the parked SUV. The SUV was owned by Hudson's brother, and the gun was reportedly found near the car in a vacant lot. William Balfour met Julia Hudson as children while attending Yale Elementary School. At age 17, a man saw Balfour breaking into his Chevy Suburban in November of 1998 and ran outside to stop him. Balfour drove off with the man hanging off the roof rack. Balfour then led the police on a high-speed chase, all with the man clinging to the vehicle. Eventually, he crashed into a telephone pole. Balfour was sentenced to 7 years in prison after pleading guilty to attempted murder and hijacking. Balfour was released in May of 2006 and returned to his Inglewood neighborhood and reconnected with Julia Hudson. Hudson drove a school bus and lived at home. She depended on her relatives to help her care for Julian. Balfour and Hudson married in 2006. Balfour was evicted by Hudson's mother in 2007. At the time of the murders, Hudson and Balfour were separated. Prosecutors believe that the murders were due to an argument between Balfour and Julia about another man. After moving out of the house, Balfour threatened to kill Hudson's family on at least 24 occasions, according to court records. William Balfour was taken into custody the first day the bodies were found and held for 48 hours. Julia Hudson testified that Balfour repeatedly threatened her, recalling a time where he asked to get back together, to which Hudson responded no, to which Balfour replied, "If you leave me, you will be the last to die. I will kill your family first." Hudson said that Balfour was so jealous of anyone else that paid her attention. He got upset when Jennifer Hudson sent gifts to Julia. And when 7-year-old Julian Hudson would try to kiss Julia Hudson, his mom, according to Hudson, Balfour would say, "Don't kiss my wife." When Julian wanted to lay with his mom, Balfour would also say, "Get up off my wife," according to Julia Hudson. When asked by defense attorneys Why didn't she report the threats to police and why she continued to have a sexual relationship with Balfour? Hudson replied that she didn't believe him. The Hudson family never liked Balfour, according to Jennifer Hudson's testimony, and that is why none of them, Darnell, Jennifer, or Jason, attended the couple's wedding. According to Shanta Cathy, Balfour admitted to her the Hudson family slayings and provided details. Balfour then asked Cathy to be his alibi for the time period of the crime. Cathy also claimed to allow Balfour to hide out in her apartment. Through the use of his cell phone, Balfour was located. Bill Graham testified that he saw Balfour driving Jason Hudson's stolen SUV at noon on the day of the murders. FBI agent Nikki Scovin testified that Balfour made 3 calls on the morning of the killings, and all 3 registered on a cell tower near the Hudson family home. Most of the evidence against Balfour is circumstantial. There aren't any surviving witnesses, and the physical evidence does not directly link Balfour to the murders. His DNA was not found on the murder weapon, and DNA and fingerprints found in the SUV where King was killed did not match Balfour either. The defense has implied that the 3 murder victims were not shot by Balfour, but over a dispute tied to Jason Hudson's own drug dealings. Julia Hudson has admitted her brother was a drug dealer, but said he did not keep any drugs at their home. According to Kent Williams' testimony, Hudson only sold modest amounts of cocaine or dime bags, paid cash for his supply, and didn't owe anyone any money. When asked if Hudson had enemies, Williams responded, "Besides that cat over there," referencing Balfour. Hudson was shot in the summer of 2008. He was grazed in the arm when someone shot him while he stood on his porch. This is the second time Hudson was shot, according to Lonnie Simpson, Hudson's half-brother and the gas station manager. He gave Jason a gun for protection because he'd been shot in Michigan before moving back to Chicago. That gun was later taken by Balfour. Balfour has denied being near the Hudson home on the day of the slayings, yet prosecutors played a surveillance video showing Balfour getting out of the car at the gas station near the Hudson home. Tyrone Dunbar said that he lived across the street and did mechanical work on Balfour's car. Dunbar also claimed that he tried to buy cocaine from Balfour early in the morning before the slayings. According to Dunbar, Balfour was hesitant to go into the gas station because he was dirty or had a gun on him. Yet Dunbar claimed to never actually see the gun. Jason Hudson was killed with his own .45 caliber semi-automatic weapon. Balfour's attorney claimed that he was targeted because the police were under pressure to solve the case quickly due to its high-profile nature involving Jennifer Hudson. Defense attorney Amy Thompson told the jury that DNA on a gun and fingerprints found in the SUV where Julian's body was recovered did not match Balfour. Analyst Paul Gordon said that even though Balfour's DNA wasn't found on the murder weapon, that doesn't mean Balfour never handled the weapon. He could have just worn gloves. The medical examiner first claimed that Julian had been deceased for 3 days when his body was found, but On cross-examination, when pressed for an exact date of Julian's death, the examiner admitted that Julian may have been dead for less than 3 days. Balfour was arrested on the day that the first bodies were found. So if Julian was dead less than 3 days, Balfour couldn't have been the killer. Conspiracy theorists claim that after the murders, Hudson's career took off and never stopped. Hudson has gone on to become an EGOT winner. That is someone who has won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Hudson is only the second black woman to do so. Hudson also claimed that she was supposed to be at her family home during the time of the murders. Yet, a last-minute decision to attend an event with her then-fiancé saved her life, lending some conspiracy theorists to claim that maybe Hudson had prior knowledge that something was going to happen at her family home. But the most questionable behavior has come from Julia Hudson. She not only has posted weird statements on Instagram in the wake of her brother's death, she also didn't immediately unfollow or unfriend Flex or William Balfour on her MySpace page, though she had been on the page after the murders, making other updates to the page. Conspiracy notwithstanding, 2 innocent adults and a child lost their lives. Rest in peace to the Hudson family.
It's me and you, and we talking. So now I can tell my side of the story of what happened on October 24th of 2008. We heard a loud bang. The police kicked the back door open. It wasn't no resistance or none of that, because they came in full force and put me right on the ground. We didn't know who it was. It could have been anybody.
Well, if you're getting calls about people killed and your face is on television and the police are about to come through your door.
Right, that's one option.
What would the other option be?
It could have been anybody.
You understood why you would be a suspect, right?
As far as what?
As far as the murders.
No, I didn't understand.
You didn't understand why you would have been considered a suspect?
No. For what? Everything that was said in trial about me making threats or anything like that, it was all new to me. All. My whole team wasn't ready for trial. They basically said that they wasn't ready for trial, but we was forced to trial. I mean, they done tested everything, and I was cleared of it. Evidence, the keys, was processed a month later. What police department take evidence off somebody and process it a month later? Keys that they saying that was in a file cabinet, locked up in the sergeant's office. Who is to believe that? What person in their right mind wouldn't just put them in evidence and then check them out when they need them? You did everything else that you took up off of me like that, processed the same day or the next day. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was done that I just can't remember right off back. That was wrong. That was truly wrong.
Are people to believe that the key, the video, some of these statements, that those things, had they been presented, would have resulted in you being acquitted?
Yes.
These things show, in your opinion, that you didn't do this.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Exactly.
What about
the gun? I forgot about the gun too.
When Jennifer Hudson testified, she said that she would tell her sister over and over again not to marry you. Were you aware of that?
No.
What kind of...
I mean, when the relationship that we had, when she comes around, it's always hi or what's going on or bye. I mean, this is a female that I grew up with. We went to the same elementary school.
If you didn't kill Jennifer Hudson's family, who did?
I don't know. I mean, I could sit here and speculate to many names and just throw them out there to you. It still wouldn't solve it, period. The thing that got me is when my ex-wife got up on the stand and she knew she knew for a fact that I never made a threat to her. When they was asked why didn't she get an order of protection, she said she didn't believe me. I mean, I can assume that she had something to do with it, just off of that fact.
Your ex-wife.
Right, but I'm not going to do that.
Well, you just did.
No, I said I can assume that. I'm not saying that she had something to do with it. I didn't do that.
Well, what motive would she have?
I don't know. I say I can assume that she had something to do with it. But I just said I'm not going to do that.
You can understand why you were convicted, can't you?
Yeah. I can understand it.
You just don't agree with it?
No. I'm never going to agree with it.
You remember what the judge said about you when he sentenced you? You remember Judge Burns?
Yeah, I know who Judge Burns is. I just don't remember what he said.
Judge Burns said, "Your heart is an Arctic night, and your soul is as barren as dark space." You understand what that means?
Yeah, it's his opinion.
Do you have a heart and a soul?
Of course I do. It's not what he said it is.
And you don't know who did it?
No.
Or you're just not willing to say?
No, it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. You know how many people are steady getting out of penitentiaries for something that people think that they did and it wasn't true? For prosecutorial misconduct? For police misconduct? Abuse of discretion? I mean, all those words mean something, Mr. Gowdy. All of them. It just takes a matter of time. It's like a needle in a haystack. You got to find it. Only way you're going to find it if you lift it up and it fall out.
And you think you're capable of finding that needle on your own?
I think I'm on the right path.
The right path being what?
As far as doing my own legal work. Studying. Getting right to the point.
Do you think you should be someday exonerated for what happened?
I believe so. I hope so.